Oh yeah.
I'm still setting up. No. Sorry. Got my quirks.
Alvin, how are you? You look cool. This is a puppy?
He's about a year.
Oh, that's a cute dog. Yeah, we have my girlfriend's one-eyed pug on my pod all the time.
Oh, his daddy's a pug.
Yeah?
Yeah. And his mommy's an improviser.
Is Alvin a little slut with all the guests or just me?
He's a little slut, I'll be honest.
Damn
He's
it.
a big fan of your stuff.
Okay, good.
I do apologize.
Wow, that's pretty big.
This stuff's just unbelievable. I'm gonna drink it during the pod.
You drank it during the pod?
No, well, this is from Glenn Howerton.
Oh, yeah.
And I normally don't drink, but I had him on with Brent Morin and Adam Ray, and we had some shots.
Guys, l'chaim. But also to new friends, to new memories, to a great night, to a better tomorrow, and to little Timmy, who will someday find out where his parents are in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
To the lost kids everywhere, and to the lost boys from Hook.
And the stray dogs in the alleys.
Bangarang. From Hook.
It was fun, dude. I'm not a drinker, but I get it.
You got fucked up?
I was high, and I had a drink. Actually, I think I had 2 drinks.
Wow, look at you. How do you feel about having a dog when you go on the road and stuff?
So I just got him. I haven't gone on the road with me, and I'm going to for the first time.
Oh, you're gonna bring him?
That's why I wanted a small dog. Yeah.
Did the dog like this get bigger or no?
That's gonna be about his size.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What kind of dog? What do you call it?
Chihuahua pug.
That's a Chihuahua, a Chug.
A Chug.
That's funny because my girlfriend has a Chug and it looks nothing. It's way more pug than Chug.
Well, I'll tell you, between your girlfriend's dog, my dog, and Bodega Cat, there's only one thing I really love that's a Chug, and that's finishing up a smooth glass of whiskey. This is my 5th bottle. That's why it's still closed.
Awesome. I'm pumped, dude. What is that shirt? Is that Wolverine?
You know, I'll show you.
Oh, it's your special thing, yeah. Oh, I'm so honored.
Yeah, it's from the cards. I turned mine into a shirt. Sam, can I see you look at the camera for a sec?
What's up, player?
This episode is sponsored by Built.
Okay, real talk. We've all been there, feeling like we're burning cash with those rent checks. It's frustrating, right? But here's the deal. Built Rewards has figured out a way to make rent more rewarding. Say goodbye to the money bonfire and hello to a renter's revolution with Built. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/Tyso. That's JOINBILT.com/Tyso. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Join built.com/Tyso to start earning points with your rent payments today.
This episode is sponsored by Factor. Hey, Alvin. Ooh, if you think that's good, wait till you get a load of Factor.
It's fabulous.
Head to factormeals.com/Tyso50 and use code Tyso50 to get 50% off your first box.
Plus 20% off the next month.
That's code Tyso50 at factormeals.com and use code Tyso50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
You guys, thank you so much. My name's Rick Glassman. Wait, calm down for a second. Thanks, man. Hey, did you guys have a good time? And if you want to have a good time, why don't you check out one of my other shows listed right here.
Los Angeles at the Hollywood Improv, August 18th. Seattle, Washington, August 23rd and 24th at Laughs Comedy Club. Dallas, November 6th. Houston, November 7th. Austin, November 8th at the Creek in the Cave.
Guys, thank you so much. Good night.
You don't need coffee before you do it?
I haven't had coffee since Christmas, my friend.
Look at you. That's good.
Did you have a coffee?
I didn't, but I'll probably be fine.
You know what I have been taking? Well,
What?
there are 2 things. One is
Fentanyl?
no, dude, that's
good.
too strong.
We just have a little.
I mean, like microdosing it.
Yeah.
These people became a sponsor of mine, and now I love them. Do you ever use this? I took one before my workout.
What is it?
Magic Mind. It's like matcha, green tea, olive oil. It's like good ingredients, and it's got.
Can I have this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Honest
try
to
this.
goodness, they send them to me, and you try stuff out before you advertise them.
Yeah.
And then like I love them.
Dude, can I tell you the one that we got an advertised for? Have you heard of the Vacuum Glide? It's a $1,000 penis sucking machine.
No shit. Did they send you one?
Here's the problem. They sent it to Mark and myself, and they were like, we can't wait for you guys. Like, we'd like to be a sponsor. And we were like, this is hilarious. We'll get our dick sucked from this machine. This is funny. And then they only sent one.
Oh, you gonna share it?
Well, I know. We're just not doing it. I don't want to. Neither of us want to share.
Wait a minute. Well, why don't you just pick one of you guys to use it?
I guess we could do that.
You should use it on the pod and then blur it.
I started reading. We should just Patreon. We started reading reviews, and they're like the people that use this shit, because you get people with like, I've fucked a lot of machines, and this one's like state of the art.
Right, because if somebody's never used something like that, it's like, yeah, it made you come. I bet it felt good, but compare it to the other stuff.
Yeah, these are the experts.
And they're saying this is good?
Oh my, it's supposed to be the best one.
Well, where
It's
could you get one?
$1,000.
Where could you get it?
I don't. It's probably the website Vacuum Glide.
/
I don't know.
Buddy.
They're not the sponsor yet.
Oh.
They might be.
But by the time this comes out, you'll let us know. We'll put up a lower
They
third.
send us a second Vacuum Glide. We might be in business.
Now, $1,000 for everybody else, but your listeners probably get it for $900.
Probably.
Gulp, gulp,
Yeah,
gulp.
with code drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come with code drunk. Do me a favor when you're done with that lid, throw it up on the counter next to that bodega cat, maybe behind it.
What's it like when you bring women back because you're so anal?
It's funny that you ask.
Are you good with germs? Like, what if a woman was like, she's like the hottest woman ever, and you brought her back here, and she's like, eat my butt?
You know,
You ain't passed the ball enough, eat my butt. You ain't checked the ball out, eat my butt. You shoot from too far, eat my butt. But you make it every time, no shit, slut, I'm the fucking man.
it's funny that you bring that up. I remember years and years ago, I had somebody come back and they put their purse, she put her purse on my bed.
Okay.
And I like, charmingly, stop. Like, it was like, the moment was put on pause. Right before your punchline, you yell at a heckler.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, I ate her ass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
We make up our own rules.
Yeah.
Like, I've decided
Makes it seem like your problem here isn't real if you're willing to eat butt.
Well, it's not I'm not a germaphobe.
What are you?
I'm just a guy. Sometimes it's germs. It's not always that logical. It's like sometimes, people don't have to turn their lights on and off a whole bunch of times because they're afraid of, bacteria. There's just certain things that you accept and certain things you don't. Part of the reason I got a dog was like, I don't love him running all over the place, but I wipe his paws whenever he comes in.
Do you really?
I don't give him a bath every day, and he rolls around outside. But
That's true. The more you talk about it, does it freak you out a little bit?
No, I think it's really good for me. He is such a sweet dog, and he was like outside and like stuff that was gross, but like I would rather have him here.
Yeah.
Come on. I'd rather that. It's like exposure therapy, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, I was kind of put off when your dog jumped up here, but I think in 20 minutes I might eat his ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that you should see the cock on this thing? It's actually, I almost...
Red Rocket?
It bothers me.
Really?
Yeah, it's because he's so...
Was he to shame?
No, he's got his daddy's dick. But it grosses me out, man, because it gets so... It's like that size dog. It's this big and this thick.
Wow.
It's fucking gross, dude. And natural, and we're very happy he has it. But like, I was thinking like, could you train him? But what I think maybe is if every day...
Train him to do what?
If we could use your machine to make him come...
Yeah.
Maybe... you could still come without balls, right? I just think there's no sperm, but you still have the
I
fluid.
think you should be able. He still gets hard, right? Show him a clip from my special.
I'm dating a very nice woman right now. The other night I come home from a gig. She's in my apartment dressed as a schoolgirl, which nice gesture, not really my fetish. I picked her because she's an adult. That's a big part of it. Also, she's older than me. She doesn't even look like a schoolgirl. She looks more like a dumbass that got held back 20 years. I'm like, oh, neat, I get to bang a special ed all-star tonight. That's fun.
Yeah.
This dog is a slut.
Yeah.
He's down.
I love having
Rescue
a dog
or
now.
do you buy this dog?
I adopted him.
That's good.
Yeah.
How did
I've been looking for years. I've been going to places for years trying to sit with the dog until it felt right. But I also think it's also a timing for me thing.
Well, do you feel bad sometimes when the dog is cute and you're like, it doesn't feel right? Do you feel bad putting it back?
I don't feel guilty, but
Yeah.
it is like, oh, this dog needs a home, not my home. If I'm going to let him roll around and stuff, I got to be like, this is the guy. You know what I mean?
I went on a date with a girl once, like many years ago, and she said she spent all day at the animal shelter, and I was like, oh, that's like really good that you do that. Did you adopt one? And she goes, I wanted to, but none had that it factor.
I get it.
I get it too, but it's kind of a shitty thing to say out loud.
Do you audition? That's the same thing.
It is, but you don't get euthanized if you don't get part for a supporting guy on ABC sitcom, you know?
A lot of people do it themselves.
They kill themselves.
Well, there's a lot of this business is filled with depression.
We don't have room for you in this town. Same thing.
I did an audition and I saw the person's the casting office they were not in it, and I went into an office. It was for at least it was bleep the
You
name
went
of
in
it.
cocky
Bleep the
too,
name
I
of it,
bet
for
too.
real.
I bet you went in cocky like, I'm a Jew. I'm getting this.
I went in to play. What's his name? What's a comedian, Jewish comedian who says stuff that everyone was like, oh my gosh. Probably him.
You're going to know what show it is now.
Yeah, bleep him too. Bleep everything that I said. Avatar.
You think you could be
No.
No, you're not like a cool Jew. You're like an anxious Jew. You're a handsome Jew, but you're not cool. You're too anxious.
Yeah, man, but I'm not playing myself.
So you could play a cool Jew.
I'm not good with accents, so if I have to do somebody's voice, like, it has to be in my wheelhouse already.
He's got like a real New York Jew voice too.
How you doing? Hey?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
But on the notes of the people that were auditioning, one of them wrote in the comment thing, they wrote, just doesn't have it.
About you?
No.
Oh.
I mean, maybe this was before I auditioned.
Doesn't have it for the part or doesn't have it in general?
Buddy.
Doesn't matter, right?
She could have wrote, just doesn't have it, but maybe has it for something else. But it was
shorthand.
Yeah.
That's tough. Has anyone ever said something like that about you that you overheard?
Not that I overheard, but I've had friends in writers' rooms of shows and gotten to know casting directors later on after I went in early, and people just say the fucking meanest shit. They're even worse to women.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about their ability, it's about what they look like more than guys. It's rough. It's like you're going in to get a job and 70% of it at least is just like what you look like.
Yeah.
You know? And then the rest of it is like, could you remember the acting? You could remember. There's not that many complicated roles. You know, you're just saying, hey, is that your dog? I bet he's got a big dick. It's like everybody could do that.
Yeah.
Just,
look
you
at
know.
this dog. The second you say that, just scroll. This dog's a little toy. I love it.
He loves love, man. I think he's so happy to be here. I really do.
Who doesn't love love?
Unfortunately, there are people that don't really prioritize it.
I guess that's true. But most people, they want to feel good.
Yeah, but I don't know if they know that love is the answer.
What was that? What was that little nod?
Wow. Do you know where you can buy this stuff?
Anywhere.
No, there's certain retailers. And if you head on over to liquiddeath.com/Tyso, you could find out where. Are they a sponsor for you?
People that want to be loved.
People that want to be loved.
Have a little liquid
You could
death.
taste it. That's the difference between Liquid Death and like drinking water that isn't filtered from the sink. This stuff is better.
Do you drink water from the sink ever?
If I run it through a filter.
What's the most weird, other than eating a butt, what's the most germy thing you're okay with? Will you let this
More
dog
than
lick
that.
your face?
He does it sometimes when it's cute, and I go like this. I don't want it, but it's so cute. And I let it for a second, and then I go, okay. But eating butt is probably the grossest, right?
That's a gross thing to do.
Yeah.
That's.
But before they do
you
it,
have a bidet?
Before they do it, I make sure they change into indoor clothes and they use my bidet.
I didn't see a bidet in there.
It's in the main bedroom.
Oh.
And also, I was joking about that.
You don't use a bidet?
I do.
Yeah.
But I didn't require it.
It's nice though. Sanitary.
It's weird to think to not use a bidet. You're just like, imagine you have poop on your hands and then you just take some toilet
wiped
paper
it,
and just go
yeah.
like this.
That's how Big Bidet gets you to talk.
They're not a sponsor.
But that's how they get you to talk. That's
They
what they want
were
you to
a
be
sponsor.
saying. They were?
Yeah.
Tushy?
Yeah, back in the in the pandemic days.
They heard what you do on the first date, and they're like, they want no party anymore.
No, that brand, they like that rough and tumbled, edgy. Do you like eating ass? You'll love our product. That's kind of their brand.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I remember I saw some of their videos when they were doing commercials. Them and Manscaped, they were all like trying to reach the youth of like, do you have a little dick and you want a huge fucking dick? It's only because you have dick hair, you know? Go to dickhair.com/Tyso and get 10% off your dick hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick hair is a problem that plagues a lot of Americans.
What do you do for yours?
I manscape.
Do you use Manscaped?
I do.
Are they a sponsor?
They are.
Nice.
And before that I was using scissors. I was living very
Why not just use another electric?
I don't know. But I did it. And now my dick looks better. It's you gotta be careful though. You ever miss clip it and you get a little rash?
A rash or a little cut?
I don't know. Your girlfriend's like, what
Show
happened? You want me to show you?
Show me what you mean.
I'll show him.
Okay. Look at him.
I'll show you. Your dog loves me, dude.
Yeah, let's see if it's all in frame there. Yeah. Cute. Yeah.
What do you
like
think about these
Sam?
people who, I definitely shave down there. You have to keep it tight. You have to, sometimes it goes outward too, like a fucking, one of those really religious Jews, like the hair, it goes out.
Like these things you're saying?
Yeah. One time my dick stopped someone on the street and asked, are you Jewish?
What are those things called? Because they need 10 people. Communion or
I don't know.
I have such a funny story about that, but it's too long and I don't know the beats.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste your time or yours. But
thank you.
I'll give you the quick version.
Please.
I got kicked out of this basketball game and I was invited back. And
you can't behave on the court. You're too aggressive.
No, it's because I'm playing with people on a 3-on-1 fast break and everyone goes to the 3-point line and nobody goes to the hoop, and I have something to say about it.
You want people to crash.
We're guaranteed a layup, or you could airball another 3. What are you doing? Cut to the hoop. There's 3-on-1. Anyway.
I'm with you. 3-man weave. That's 101. You should know that.
So I'm finally invited back to the game. I'm walking into this place that is a basketball court here, and it's a Jewish building. It's not a JCC, but it might as well be. And are you Jewish? Are you Jewish? No. Are you Jewish? The people in front of me ask me, are you Jewish? And I go, why? Because I didn't know what this was yet. And no, I remember I said, thanks for asking.
By the way, did they really even have to ask you?
That's why I said, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
But I was wondering why, and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he needed, they need a 10th person to do their, about the whole. And so I'm like, I'll be in here, I'm playing basketball. Ask other people. They need it by sundown. Do you know about this? Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I said, please keep asking people. If you can't find anybody, I'll be downstairs on the court. Long story short, they had 9, and there was also only 10 people down there in the court. I was so I'm the 10th. You're
the chosen one.
I'm the chosen one.
Yeah.
So if I go up and I with them, then the people down there are going to have to wait. But I already committed to them. So I'm up there with my basketball shoes, my ankle brace, my shorts, my goggles, and everyone else is in suits and silly hair.
Your goggles?
I play in goggles.
That's right. I saw your video.
Yeah. And
and the prescription.
Yeah. They're not so nobody pokes me.
I feel like who ever played in NBA history? You got Horace Grant and Kurt Rambis. Are those the only goggle guys?
No, there's more, and I can't think of them who.
Yeah.
I can't think of who. But there's
it's not
what's
a cool
his name?
look though.
I think it's cool because I like the idea of people seeing me in goggles and making assumptions.
What kind of assumptions?
Oh, this fucking nerd.
You're a fucking dork, dude.
Yeah, and then I go out there and I'm
cook 'em.
I'm better than a dork.
Yeah.
It's my merch. Better than a dork. You played in the All-Star game this past year, didn't you?
No.
Didn't I thought I saw you doing something?
No, I didn't. I started a campaign that I wanted to.
Right.
But I didn't. No.
Adam Ray did it. Hassan Minhaj did it.
Years ago, yeah. I saw that. That was cool.
And Brad Williams.
Yeah.
And Brad Williams did the jump ball. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Bitter comedians watching. I'm better than Brad Williams.
I mean, yeah. I'm better than him, but we put Brad Williams and then me in goggles.
It's gold.
They might pick Brad first.
Really?
Maybe.
I don't think so. No, Brad I saw that. That was great.
Yeah, jump ball and he took it. they let him do it. He didn't even jump.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would love to play in that.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's like, I feel like each year I'm like, I don't care.
Each year that goes by, I am more like, I haven't, because of things have been hurting.
Yeah.
I haven't played in like a year and a half. So like if they asked me to do it, I'd be like, I need to train, because I don't want to go out there and not be what you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's funny. Ari Shaffir was making fun of me for wanting to do it, and he was like, "You're not fucking famous." And then he pulled up the list. He's like, "Oh, you should be in this."
Yeah, they're not
He
famous.
was like,
people
the
anymore.
fucking Soul Cycle guy got in. I'm like, I know the fucking Soul Cycle guy.
Is there a Soul Cycle guy?
I don't know. Maybe it's not Peloton.
Right.
Same shit.
Yeah, and the hydro. There's a hydro celebrities too. The rowing machine.
Right.
Yeah, the celebrities that do that. It's kind of like how I feel when I see certain people getting passed at the Comedy Store, and I'm like,
are you bitter about that?
I'm not bitter about it. I want to be there though. I do.
Why aren't you past it? You've lived here for 400 years.
I worked there. I used to answer the phones. I don't know.
Really?
Throw up the merch. But
that's kind of fucked up. I feel like you were a minor league ball player. They never called you up.
So I'm truly not bitter about it. But it is it's one of 3 clubs in town.
You'd like to be
there. I'm there all the time on like comedian produced shows. And it's a great club. I love it. So I just want.
Do you feel like putting this out into the universe on your podcast is helpful or not?
No, I don't think it's hurtful. I don't know if you've seen, I have merch, not past at the Comedy Store hoodies that I've made.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to monetize the fact that, and they are comfortable.
Yeah. Do you feel, well, how many do you have left?
They're made to order. I don't really make much money on them. Margins are not great.
Do you think that they see that and they're like, well, we can't pass him. He's got this good merch.
No, I figured once I get past, I'm just going to keep the same artwork, but just cross off the knot.
You really are a Jew.
I appreciate it.
Think it long term.
Gulp,
I love it.
gulp, gulp.
But like, what was the analogy? Not being passed. Oh yeah, just seeing certain people where like normally I wouldn't care. Like I think most people see the NBA All-Star game and they're like, oh, who cares? I don't know who this person is. But like Ari sees it and is like, oh, you could be in it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a thing I thought would be funny. My agent was like, you should do a video to get in, and it just didn't work out. And now I'm like, I don't really care anymore.
You should come up with some merch.
Not allowed in the NBA Celebrity All-Star game. No one gives a shit. No, I thought it was like a fun idea, and I was like, fuck, you get one basket. It's kind of fun.
I would love to do it also like if other friends were in it.
I know. You get a little 2-man game going, high pick and roll, you and me.
Would you rather be on my team or would you rather us guard each other?
I think it'd be more fun to play on your friend's team.
I agree for when one of us has the ball, but I don't know how often we'd be getting it. So like when we're guarding each other, even if neither of us has the ball, I know we could be doing bits the whole time.
That could be fun.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little nut flick.
Oh, that's your brand.
That's my brand.
I'm more like, we respect the game and the person. But,
yeah.
But I would also want to get some cameras. I'd lob us up on our own.
Yeah.
And just like do shit that we could have for later,
They should make it a little more WWE. Some like low blows and shit.
Oh, having people
play it up.
Like
it should be funny. The game should be, I mean, there's all these people in it. You should have fun.
Yeah, but the celebrities, most of them aren't comedians.
Right.
It would be fun to do that though. To just
I played with my friend the other day, my friend Dory, and we play in the park sometimes, and he gets heated. He's shorter than me, so if I post him up, he just like will throw elbows. He'll fucking try to hurt me. And I just snapped once because he just hit me with a real dirty shot. And I took the ball and I just spiked it and it went right into his nuts. And the second it hit him, I felt a little bad. But a guy walked by as it happened. He goes, hell yeah, that's street ball.
That's not street ball.
I know, but I felt good for a second. I was like, that's
street ball. That's a good catchphrase.
That's street
like
ball.
If ever there's some bullshit like that you with a heckler or something, and then after each punchline, it's like, and then you get the whole crowd. That's street ball.
They're just like, it's not.
I get real aggressive, but I don't do cheap shit.
No,
like people like when there's like a fast break and the defender's behind and they push them or some shit like that.
I hate that.
I see people I for the longest time there would be people I wouldn't play with. Like I just won't play with you.
Yeah, I used to play in this park on the Upper West Side, and there were some really bad kids who would come through. And
bad, like rough and tumble naughty boys?
Yeah, they were naughty. They were hot.
Yeah.
All greased up, dude.
Damn.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's gross, man. I wonder how fast they would come with your machine.
No, but I remember I met my friend because they were just like bullying him in the park, and they were just like pushing him down.
Oh, before you knew who he was?
Yeah, and I was like, who are these fucking assholes? They were just like beating up on him. And like, we're adults. They weren't, but like, they're playing an adult game. You get those guys sometimes in the park that are just like, You ever play with a guy who's too intense where they're screaming at you to the point where you're like, this is just like cardio. I'm just trying to exercise. You know?
To me yelling, cut to the fucking hoop.
No, but this guy was yelling at me once where he's like, you fucking suck. I'm like, I'm on your team.
Yeah, there are people that I think they mistake intensity for like the way the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
Like how I would picture people like, especially younger comics when they go to roasts and stuff, and they just think the name of the game is being mean, and the name of the game is punchlines and funny. But like, they just like, this is the way it is, man.
I showed Dave Attell once, my friend Dina Hashem, who opens for me on the road sometimes, really funny. She did a roast battle, and it's one of the most vicious jokes I've ever heard in my life. She goes, there was this comic, Dave Kinney, who's a funny guy too, and his mom just passed away, and Dina goes, Dave's mom died the way he lives, an unrecognizable road feature. And I showed it to Dave. It killed, obviously, and the room just exploded. I showed it to Dave, and he goes, Jesus, keep it surface.
Wait, what? Keep it surface?
Like you look like this.
Right.
You look like he's, Dave is like, old school. So, he's like, basically like in my day, we just were like, you're weird looking, look at your nose, look at your fucking whatever.
I get when you do the roast though, you're signing up to be bullied. So I feel like it's a little different.
Yeah, well, roast battle too. They're just like, I feel like it used to just be like, this guy looks like blank, and now it's like, he was raped in second grade, and you're like, oh, yeah, that was a bad moment.
Yeah.
It's like,
when you see people that are going to be roasting people, they're like, all right, what is their trauma? Because that's what I want to trigger.
You're sliding their therapist money.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it gets dark.
That's funny, man.
Some of the shit.
To go to the therapist?
Oh, yeah. Some of the shit they say, it's so funny because it's like, there's enough funny shit you don't have to go there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that Dina's joke is a hell of a joke. It's just so, that's what they want. They were doing those at the Stand in New York City, and it was the darkest jokes would kill the hardest. To the point that I remember Eli Sayers, who was like the king of those rooms. He would have the best jokes. It was so dark, but then he got so accustomed to the darkest.
Oh, that just became his thing.
So he did the Comedy Central one, and everyone's like, he was like, this guy's wife had a miscarriage, and the crowd was like, what the fuck? but like at the Stand, that would have killed. Also, you take that on a network, they were like, dude, we can't use that.
Also, that's not even a joke.
Yeah. Well, the joke that was a setup. It led to a joke.
All right. Hey, buddy boy.
This episode is sponsored by Built.
Listen up, renters. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? It's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Built Rewards comes in. Built is breaking ground as the first rewards program that hooks you up with points on the rent. Even if you're still rocking the old school rent check vibes, Built Rewards has got your back. They'll mail the check for you. It's like having a personal rent-paying assistant. Every month, pay your rent and watch your Built points roll in. Use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or hotel. Save with Fun Plus Airlines and 700,000 plus hotels and properties. Use your points to sweat it out. Redeem your points to book fitness studio classes. You can also use your points towards a future rent payment or toward a future down payment on a home. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built Points has been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. Great shooting there, Rick.
Thanks. It's a 9 for 10, but I'll tell you what's a 10 out of 10. You might like free throws, but free points for your rent is even better. Mom, what else do they have to do?
Well, you earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/Tyso. That's JOINBILT.com/Tyso. Make sure to use your URL, our URL, so that they know that we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/Tyso to start earning points with your rent payments today.
You can't snap?
Not really.
Fact has been a sponsor of Take Your Shoes Off for a while now.
Take your shoes off. Sponsor for Take Your Shoes Off.
What do you think we're doing right now?
You take your sponsor for Factor. I thought you were talking about that for a while you have been promoting Factor.
And where have we been promoting it?
Take your shoes off.
That's right. Well, I've been wanting to get my mom
to be eating a little bit healthier and a little bit more convenient, not getting so much takeout. So I suggested you trying this, I don't know how long ago, maybe 5 months ago?
Oh, it's got to be at least 5-6 months. I got to tell you something. I cannot cook one thing. Ricky got me into this. It is so delicious and so convenient. It comes already made. It takes 2 minutes to heat up in your microwave. I like to take all my stuff and mush it all together. There isn't one meal that I've had that hasn't been restaurant quality good. And I'm not just saying that because this is a commercial. It is
Commercial for what?
for Factor.
Who's gonna watch?
On Take Your Shoes Off.
That makes sense. With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Head to factormeals.com/Tyso50 and use code Tyso50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code Tyso50 at factormeals.com/Tyso50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Can I still talk? Can I say that the calorie count is amazing? Like this one is 460.
Okay.
So your special's out. And before we not get to the end and be like anything you want to plug, tell me a little bit about it.
I'm proud of this one, man. I worked hard on this one. It was like a previous one for Netflix. I felt like I had to rush it a little bit because I had a theater tour coming up, and I was like, I need a new act for that. So this one I toured with for like close to 2 years, and I feel good about it. And
could you explain what you mean about rushing it more in detail?
Well, so what first happened was during in 2020, I put out a YouTube special, and I was like, well, this will not make me a lot of money, but I'll be able to tour off this because I think it'll get eyeballs on YouTube.
Now, does that mean that special comes out, you could tour off this because, a lot of people see it, they want to see Sam, and then would you go do that material?
No, new material. So that would be like a trailer to see me on the road.
So that was so people would know about you. This is before people knew about you as well as they do, obviously?
Yeah, and then I put that in February 2020, like time to tour, and then fucking COVID, so
right.
Nothing to tour on. So then during COVID, I did a rooftop special. I was like, I'll just, it's not my strongest material, but I'm kind of figuring it out on the road. It was also like part documentary, kind of figuring out how to put an hour back together without clubs. And then people ended up watching those. So I got to, so my agent was like, Netflix wants to do a special with you, but I think we do a special with them, but then you tour with different material on a theater tour. So that's kind of how.
Right. Netflix wants to do a special, and what special do they want to do?
Well, this was in, I think, 2022.
But what material did they want to do?
A new hour.
But then to practice that hour, you'd go on tour.
Yeah.
And you weren't practicing the hour you would do for Netflix?
No, I was. I was building up in clubs. Yeah, I was building up in clubs, and then I was like, all right, I feel like I have at least like a really tight 45 I can give them, and then I'll go on the road and I'll figure out.
Right. So Netflix says I want a special. Yeah. And from that moment, how long until like they said, we have to have it filmed by this date?
They didn't give me a deadline, but I thought it was just for the new tour because they wanted to, I think it's good to start theater tours or like whatever tour you're doing in the fall maybe, because it's just harder to sell tickets in the summer. It's harder to sell tickets for everybody right now because of Live Nation and they got this monopoly, and there's government intervention now.
I know.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm really excied about that, but it doesn't seem like it's that difficult to sell tickets to my show at the Den on August 3rd in Chicago at punchup.live/Rick Glassman because tickets are going fast. It's
a great venue.
I'm excited to go there. I hear it's cool.
Well, I'm going to hit you with some Chicago recs. I love Chicago. So then, yeah.
So should I go and stay a little longer? I'm just doing 2 shows on Saturday.
Hey, you could stay an extra night. Why not? I love Chicago. Dude, it's funny actually. It's not funny, but I saw the P. Diddy tape, and I remember being like horrified, like what a fucking piece of shit.
What, the one where he beat somebody up?
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? This hotel, like wherever they did this, I'm not going to stay there again. Like at this chain. Because,
why? What did the hotel do?
Well, clearly they buried the tape and they took a payout to, or at least the guy working there. But for whatever reason, that just bothered me. I was like, fuck them. And then it was like Intercontinental. I'm like, I really like that one in Chicago because they got an Olympic pool. So
you go swimming?
I like to swim laps in there. Yeah, it's fun.
I can see that.
It's nice. If you feel good, you sweat out the booze a little bit. And then, so this special is a new hour I was doing. Like I did a theater tour, and it's called You've Changed. It's on Prime Video, Amazon, whatever they want to call it, And,
yeah, I've been on Prime. Went to some awards with them. It's a good place.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to mix it up.
Are you going to be allowed to take a certain amount of clips to post on social and stuff?
Yeah.
Is that part of the negotiation?
No, I don't think they really care. I think they're just like, I think, yeah, maybe, but I don't think if I posted one extra, I don't think they would care.
I'm still confused with why the other one felt rushed if you didn't have a deadline.
Because I was, I think, one of the first to do that licensing deal at Netflix, and my agent wanted to get it out.
I don't know what that means.
It means that I get ownership back. So they don't own it. Like most Netflix specials they buy. Like,
oh, didn't I see you just reposted a special or something? Was that? I thought I saw something. On my YouTube homepage. I saw said something with you with, I thought, full special, but it was like an older thing.
Yeah, that was another one that I got the rights back. I own that one, but I put it on Comedy Central's YouTube, and I said you could have it for 4 years, and then I got it back.
Did you? You sold the special before you made it, so they still produced it. You just own the IP
for Netflix. Yeah. No, they had a 2-year deal, so that they don't own it as of like September 1st.
So it won't be on Netflix anymore?
I don't think so.
But are you going to put it on YouTube?
Probably.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool to own shit.
Yeah.
It's good to have your own stuff. But then this Prime one is, I definitely got a little more money to spend on the set. So it looks really cool. I want it to look like, bigger than the last one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Thanks, man.
It's a full hour?
I think it's 52 minutes.
Could you do you remember how you opened?
Yeah, I was actually, I actually cut the opening joke. They asked me to cut the opening joke because they thought it would hurt their algorithm. They thought it would like mess up the joke was, my friend just had a baby and I text her congrats and she sent me back a picture of her breastfeeding and I wrote, oh, okay. And she wrote, sorry if that's like the female equivalent of a dick pic. And I said, I think it'd be way worse if I send you a picture of a baby sucking my penis. And they just were like, yeah, it hit, but could you put it to like the 8-minute mark instead, just not open? Because the first like few minutes are crucial for our algorithm. And if that's people, your fans
people
will like
turn
that.
it off.
Yeah, people might be put off by that.
So did you move it?
I moved it and then I didn't like where it was. And I was like, I'm just going to take it back for the next hour.
So a little suggestion for next special that you film.
Yeah.
Have at the 8-minute mark, write a bit where you're like, by the way, there's something that they cut that we wanted to keep in, so we had to move it to here. And then you could fill it in with anything. That's true. I just was like, if you're letting me get a joke back, I'm thrilled to get a joke back, I also just kind of thought it only fit there for this special. I had other baby jokes, but it just didn't work there. No, I have a joke about, I say like... I have other baby sucking dick jokes. I feel like they're smart. They're surface. They're surface.
I have a baby dick suck chunk. And no, I had a joke where I say holding a gun is... I said guns, like they're easy to hate. They're like babies, but then you hold one and you're like, it's kind of cool, So there was another baby thing. But it just, I think it's more of a gun joke than a baby joke. Yeah, that's exactly. So then the next part was something, I'm butchering my own material because I forgot it now, but it was something along the lines of like babies and guns a lot in common, both annoying on airplanes, and both will be in school soon. So that was the next part of it. And I was like, I can't put it there. I can't put a baby dick suck joke after a school shooting joke. Was it your first joke? Yeah, I just opened with it because I was like, But then how do they cut it? You walk out and then it's a jump cut to a minute later? I opened on a few one-liners. I like to open, I had a story I liked opening with on the road, but that's for just like my fans. They know what they're going to get. So they give me leeway building this story. It has a big payoff, but it takes like 3 minutes to get there. So I like on a special just come out like that, like quick, hard jokes. And I had another quick, the other joke I opened with was also quick. It was like, you ever take an Adderall with your girlfriend and like really listen? Like performance enhanced listening, like a Viagra, but for the relationship. I was like, I'd say it's more impressive. What's more impressive, really, a hard cock or 45 straight minutes of Mm-hmm. So that would hit. I mean, that was like, so I open on that joke instead. I'm like, it's quick, anything quick. I want you to immediately be glad you turned this on, Yeah, what an interesting thing to think about. I watch America's Got Talent. I love the show. I love it. I did. I was on it. When? 2015, maybe. Oh, yeah? It was a terrible experience to be on. I have a few different ideas, and I have the opportunity to do it now, being friends with Howie and these things. And I just like, I don't know. But I have some ideas that I don't want to burn. You would go nuts. I wouldn't be doing stand-up. What would you do?
I have a few different ideas, but one of them is an escape artist that panics during it. But I wouldn't go out there as a comedian doing it as a bit. I would really be an escape artist and really hype it up. And this chainsaw's about to come, and then I couldn't get out. And just this is start freaking out. I also want to do one where I'm a dog trainer.
How about a sword swallower, but it doesn't work and you just die?
Yeah, see, that's your brand. But I'm a little more surface. I want to do more performance than
I lost
hurting
to
myself.
A mime in there. He was unbelievable.
Lost to? Were you in the finals?
No, I made it a couple rounds. So what happened when I did AGT was I think the first round they were like, all right, it's like 5,000 people in Pasadena, the crowd, and man, I really wish I was on the year Howard Stern was a judge because I feel like he just really respects comics. But Simon was back for this year, and my friend Gary Veter made top 5 when Howard was there, and he had a great experience. But I go on. They try to.
Did you open with? You ever suck a baby's dick and think to yourself, "This ain't as bad as it is on a plane" or something like that?
No, they really carefully go through your jokes. But you know what's weird? They were requesting I do a joke where I'm like, that's more offensive.
Request? Oh, one of your other
They'd
jokes.
seen me do a joke on a late night set where they were like, you should do this joke. And I was like, it's too offensive. Like, I'm aware this joke is like, I know what this crowd is. I have to be clean.
What was the joke?
It was a joke where I say, you ever drop your phone in the toilet? And it's like, it's the worst moment. You have to rush to the Apple store like it's the ER. And they're like, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, oh, I think I'd rather lose a loved one than my phone. Not my mom or dad, but like my aunt, uncle. My grandpa was 89. My phone was brand new. I'd say, how cool would it be if when your grandpa died, if they gave you an upgrade, like a better old dude, like he's just like your grandpa, but he doesn't say the N-word. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Does he still say Oriental? They're like, we couldn't fix everything. I'm like, that's not going to work for an AGT crowd.
I don't know.
You think so?
I'll try it if I ever go on it. And that's street ball.
So I didn't do that one, and then I go out. I had good TV jokes, like clean jokes. I go out. I watched these Jewish rappers go on before me, and
you ain't passed the ball enough. Eat my butt.
Dude, I thought they were good. They got ripped to shreds by Simon. He was like, you're terrible. Kill yourself. You're the worst thing I've ever seen. And they were in a bad mood apparently that day too. Like Simon.
The judges or the Jewish rappers?
Both. But I go out and I'm like a little nervous. I'm like, dude, we've been waiting here for like 10 hours. This is like, you're trying to, by the way, I'm like texting my mom. I'm like, fuck, I'm really nervous. And my mom's like, just read a book. I'm like, there's 2 fat slobs from Atlantic City dancing Mambo number 5 next to me. There's a talking parrot to my left. Like, this is not a thing where you could just read a book. This is like, you're trying not to lose your mind. They're baiting you into questions. They're baiting you into insulting other people, which I wouldn't do.
You're saying for the press kit type of shit, like the behind the scenes stuff.
They're like, wow, that wasn't a very good set, and I'd just be like, oh no, I try to be. I'd be like, no, I thought it was pretty good. It just didn't work. Like, I'm not going to insult people on camera. It's not cool. It's like these are these people's dreams, and Simon's already pretty fucking mean. So I go out and it goes really well. Like they out of the gate, they could tell. I could tell they wanted to like me at least. Where they were like, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you on stage? I think at that point I was like, oh, one time a guy got up and spat on me during my set. And
this is before you do your set.
Yeah. They were like trying to get to know me a little bit. They were asking questions. And I think the crowd was like, that sounds fucking horrible. Let's hopefully. So Simon, I remember went, well, I hope you aren't bad. And I was like, yeah, me too. And then I crushed. I got a standing O. But the way they cut it it's so funny. It's clipped somewhere online where I told a fart joke. Because I was killing. It was like a heat check. I'm like, this joke is will close strong, I think. And I told that joke, and it just cuts to everyone giving me a standing O after a fart joke.
Oh, because they cut the actual ending?
Yeah, so it's just like, it was just me being like, I farted in an elevator, and everyone's just like, it was like a whole building. I was just like, thank you. It was ridiculous. But they were like, man, that was really good. And then I got off, and one of the producers were like, all right, we'll see if you moved on. I'm like, I got 4 yeses. And the judges are like, that's not how the show works. And I was like, well, you should really tell the public because I think that's how they think the show works. And they were like, we'll see. We'll know in like a month if they want to use you. And I was like, but I got a standing ovation. What the hell?
That's why I didn't want to do as I went on once as a comic. I got a golden buzzer as a comic.
Are you serious?
Swipe.
Hey, what's your name and what are you doing here?
My name is Rick Glassman and I'm doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, how long you been doing stand-up comedy?
Like 12 years now, yeah.
12 years? And you think you're going to win this show?
Well, I guess I'll leave it to you guys to decide that. I don't know. I would like to.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Thank you. You ever notice bitches with little ass tits try to talk to you and you're like, I don't think so, little titty bitch. Fuck that shit. Give me big tits or get out of my face, bitch. So you're in the club, right? And you go to the bar and you get yourself a vodka tea, or as I like to call it, Daddy's secret sauce. Medicine. Gets me going. All right? And you're on the club, you're doing your shit, you know, that TikTok dance that you learned. And then, right, this beautiful honey comes up to you and she's like 35, 22, 30 years old. And then you're dancing, she's grinding on you, and then you got a boner, okay? Because her big fat ass grind out on your cock, and then you got hard and you come. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that's right. That was really cool, dude.
Yeah, but
I wanted the golden buzzer in round 2. I thought I was going to get it because George Lopez was the guest judge, and I was like, clearly he's going to choose me. I'm a comedian. But what happened was there was like a Latino dance troupe before me, and he was like, golden buzzer. I'm like, fucking Latin over comic. God damn it. So they got the golden buzzer, and then...
Is that why you and him have beef?
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
Should I get him on the phone and us kind of clear it up?
No, I've never met him. But, you know, so they keep me there from like 10 a.m. to midnight. And I go on at midnight and I follow some like, this like, by the way, it's like you feel so bad for some of these people. Like I can go on stage drunk. These people are like stretching for 45 minutes. They don't know what they're doing. So I feel terrible for them. And then they go out. And
that's such a funny equivalence.
Oh,
because they're acrobats and shit.
For sure. I mean, their bodies are so important. I could do this like under any circumstances. Really, I could break the fourth wall. I could do whatever. But I go out there and I remember like they're pissed because it's like midnight. They've been there for like 12 hours. The crowd's exhausted, and I do okay. But
this is the second time.
Yeah, I do pretty well. But like the good thing is they didn't have any clips they could really run of me bombing. So I was like, all right, unless they fake it that I bomb, like they can't make me one of those guys. So I did really well, but not what that guy Tape Face went on before me, the mime, they like paired us against each other. He was unbelievable. He's like a Vegas act, and it's like Chaplin-esque. It's incredible. So
I wonder, that name sounds familiar, but I can't picture it. I wonder if I've seen.
Yeah, he's really good. And then I remember making jokes. I don't think Nick Cannon got any of my jokes. I think he was like, I kept on trying to make jokes and he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, well, please don't use any of this.
You know, I had the same experience going on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a bad time with?
I mean, I'm making so many jokes.
That's how you are, man.
That are jokes.
And didn't like it.
If we're on a date and we're walking to my car and I'm driving and I'm on the passenger, if we're coming from the driver's side, I'm not going to go around, open your door.
Oh, why?
Because could you not get it?
What?
Could you get it? Could you open your door?
I mean, I could.
Perfect. But I am going to be very thoughtful with other things, like things that are practical.
Whoa. Okay, so if I can do something for myself, then you don't feel you need to do it.
I feel that by me opening the door for you, I'm being sincere when I say this, it feels manipulative. It feels like I'm only doing this to show you, look at how good of a guy I am. I'm getting the door for you. But it feels silly to me. If we're coming from your side, I'll get it on the way. Butt your head, enjoy yourself, enjoy the ride. But if we're coming from, and I'm walking all the way around, I feel like I'm lying to you. Because I don't want to do that. So I don't do things I don't want. If you said to me, hey, it makes me feel loved if you open the car door, I would do it for you. But traditionally, I'm not buying flowers, really. I'm not opening the car door. I'm usually disrespectful to their parents. I don't consider her feelings. If she comes, that's on her. But yeah, I think I'm romantic.
Okay. All right. I don't know what to say to that one. I guess chivalry is dead.
No, chivalry has been redefined.
So you say it was a bad first date?
But lovely. I'm sure everything.
Yeah, I had fun.
Great people love the podcast. The comments were all "fuck me." So
wow.
More power to. But then I posted a clip, and then I think people found the podcast from that clip, and then went on it. And then, you know what I've noticed? People are so kind on the comments of this podcast.
Are they?
So kind.
Why do you think that is? 'Cause I think some podcasts, people get vicious. Like the mentions you get are vicious. But yeah, I think your fans are, they're pretty nice.
They're very nice and very supportive.
Yeah.
And it's like very loving. When I go on other people's podcasts, it's the meanest shit.
Who is the meanest fans, you think? Of a pod you
I don't know. I mean,
you don't want to empower them right now.
Last time I went on your guys' podcast,
they were mean.
Yeah, I
feel like people like you on ours.
I feel like it's very polarized. I mean, there are people that really like me, and then there are people.
Some of my favorite guests are polarizing though. Like I think Joe DeRosa is polarizing too, and I love Joe too. So
I mean, I have a great time.
Yeah.
But the point that I've noticed is if people like me, it's because they already like me.
Gotcha.
Or it just happened to work. But if people don't like me, it's not like, oh, that wasn't funny. That wasn't a good episode. It's not as simple as that. If they don't really like me, they hate me, and they're like,
you're an intense personality.
I guess. I mean,
yeah.
What should I be in Wigwam instead?
No, I think you should. I think you should be yourself.
Yeah, I am. But I am. But I've made the decision, not the decision. I've had the thought frequently, like recently. I mean, over the past couple of weeks, where I'm like, I might stop doing other people's podcasts.
Really?
Like I'm still gonna do some if it's like I really want to do that podcast. I want to meet this person. I'm a fan of their podcast. It's a friend, and they need me to do something. Like I'm not making a hard rule, but like it used to be like I'm in New York and like you guys want me to come on your podcast again. Like I'll do. Like if you asked me to come on your podcast, I would. I'm fine not. Like I'm not gonna come and be like, hey, I'm in New York if you want a pod. I don't want to do other people's podcasts anymore, and not exclusively to yours.
I get it. It's a lot sometimes.
It's a lot. If I have something to promote, it's a lot.
There are road comics that don't have no stay. Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. Jesus Christ.
Road comics who do what?
So there are some B rooms.
Yeah.
Right? They just, have you ever been to a comedy club where you look at the headshots and you go, who the fuck are these people? You've never heard of them before?
Yeah.
They're great. They're working comics, and my hats go off to them.
Of course.
It's a brutal business.
I love those headshots because we know so many of them, and I'm like, oh shit, you're an OG, been doing this forever. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. But you're not one of those comics now.
But what I loved I still do, but like what I loved that's now it's not enough anymore about podcasts is, we became friends because of podcasts.
Yeah.
We've done this.
Yeah, I thought you were very sincere. Like after the first time I did your pod, I was like, oh, I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, we're doing bits.
Yeah.
We're playing around.
I like it. I like doing bits. I think last time I was on here, I got a lot of messages from people like, I've never seen you be
I got
that
a lot of messages
silly.
about that too. Like I love seeing Sam silly like that.
I
got that with Mark Maron too.
Really?
Like people's like, I've never seen him silly.
Oh, wait. Would you look to camera and snap, please?
All right, I'll do whatever I can to help out.
Thank you so much.
How did that mustache get on you?
Sorry.
I've never seen him do blackface. That was awesome that he did that.
I'll cut to a clip.
Yeah, man, that's it was fun as hell. We were doing like scenes and stuff. It was so weird. I loved it.
Yeah, I remember the first time we did a podcast. I think I told you this, but our first episode, I thought was fine. I didn't really know you, and then the last 20 minutes, we started talking about basketball a little bit. And it wasn't about the basketball. It was just we made a connect. At least that's what I felt.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say fine, I don't mean a derogatory. I mean it was fine. Like we weren't in any stride. I didn't feel like.
Oh yeah.
And the last 20 minutes, I felt like, and then afterwards we talked for like a half hour, about just some
You
stuff.
ever have
we were
that
going
happen?
through.
You're like, man, this should have been the podcast.
I wouldn't have wanted to post it. It was about some personal stuff that we were
Yeah.
both talking about. I don't know if you remember. I'll bleep all this. We were talking about breakup stuff.
Breakups. No, you could. I don't care.
And I just like, I remember, and then I walked you to the car. I remember like, I liked you so much. I didn't not like you. I just didn't feel like I felt connected with you. And then after that, I'm just like, man, I love Sam. And then when you came back the second time, I felt more like, can we do like, let's get
looser.
Yeah, let's do
We're
this.
Silly.
Remember the last one I did of yours? I had just recorded an episode with Bobby Altoff, and it was.
And she's blown up.
Yeah,
right?
very big. And
Are you guys still cool or no?
Yeah, everything's great, but it was still a production because like I did it at a studio, which I normally never do, and I had direction I needed from them, and I got there earlier, and Homeless Pimp came with me, and we had like, there was just like, it was a lot going on. And then I'm also so hot, and it's New York and blah, blah, blah. And then I went right to your studio, and I was so tired. And you guys had just done 2 podcasts, you told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever done 3 in a day. Maybe we just done 1, but it was long or something.
I thought you told me you did 2.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I just remember the energy was, I thought it was, I felt so, I felt like, could we just chill? And we did some bits. I felt very relaxed, to be honest. I felt like, oh, this one's going to be fine. We're just talking. And then the comments, and I know because I don't always look, but people message me now too. People message like, hey, you fucking sucked on this thing. It's like, okay, don't watch it.
It's funny, man. People are fucking, yeah. When they message you, you're like, all right, I got to be better, I guess. I don't know.
I think when my bits don't hit, people don't like it. It's not just that it's not funny.
I felt that a lot as a young comic because I remember like, I would try to do these kind of subjects that I thought were like, you're trying to get a reaction, especially when you're an open micer, you're trying to get a reaction. So some of the topics are going to be more provocative. And when those miss, like you're like, oh, not only did you not like that joke, you hate me. Mm-hmm. I would feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I remember a guy in the crowd just fucking hating me. And to the point of me being like, oh, this just wasn't a bad, so like ruined his trip to New York, I think. It's like his vacation. He was like, I fucking hate you.
I don't even think I'm doing provocative stuff though.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You are on in a way, and I like it. I find it charming about you that you're like a guy who is on, I think.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm telling you, I like it. But when you're on and everything is jokey, you're gonna crush with some people, and others are gonna be like, just be yourself. Well, this is you. I think. I think this is who you are.
There's craft, and there's like learn how to chill and take and blah 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 blah. But what thing is, like, I feel like I did like me in my 20s, early 20s. I'm 26. I was like, man, I was rough. I'm just nonstop. And now I feel like
always, right? Like you can't. Are you like even with your family? Are you like that?
No. When I get excited, like when I'm at a comedy club and I'm around what I think are friends now, like, oh, I have friends now. I'm like part of a community. I better, let me, the dopamine's going, and
you'd be like the guy in the cult where they'd be like, can he turn it off for a second?
Yeah.
We're trying to sexually assault people. This guy won't stop making jokes.
There's a lot here to make fun of.
Yeah, I know, and that's why you're there. You're there to bring levity to the cult.
Yeah, I'm the what's it called when in a movie, the comic relief of a cult. But we got off track because I asked you about why you felt rushed for the other special. But you're saying you like this special so much because you took your time. But like,
I took my time. I like it. It's got a couple funny. There's a structure I try to go with every hour now. Is like bunch of bits, a tiny bit of social commentary, just like a couple quick like current events types jokes. A lot of like personal stuff, dating, all that, and then a couple stories at the end. I think the stories at the end are like really fun.
You like to end with stories because they've already gotten to know you at that point?
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of earned their trust with short bits that I can then maybe take a deep breath and do a longer bit, and they trust that there's going to be a payoff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a long one in this. It's like a really, really, it's a one night stand gone horribly wrong. It's a long story, and it's one of my favorite ones in the.
We'll swipe to it.
I love that one.
Sometimes people will comment on this. They get so mad that because I swipe the shit all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And some people like it and some people don't. And a lot of people that don't, they're like, you fucking cut to so many fucking things. It's like, bro, this is what the show is. Watch something else.
I know. But you know what? Maybe they really like you and they're being vocal.
Well, if they like me, they'll probably like this. It works. The rule of threes.
You're a goof. I like it. Yeah, there's that. There's another story about another true story about. We were in a yoga class in Baltimore.
Who's we?
Me, my friend Gary Veter, who tours with me.
Didn't he make it 5th in your year on AGT?
I didn't. No, he did. First round he did.
We have a clip of it.
Great guy. He's got great. You would love his jokes. They're like all deadpan one-liners, but they're killer. Gary, James Webb, who directed this special on my last one, and then Brian, who's my tour manager when we do
the Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah, he's great. And we're in the yoga class. I don't know why we thought it'd be a good idea to do hot yoga. We usually play ball, but for some reason it was like hot yoga. And the instructor recognized me and asked me to tell the whole room a joke. And I just looked at Brian like, what do I do? And he's like, I'll handle this, which I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it means you're going to handle this. Brian goes, I'll tell a joke. And the joke he tells the entire room full of women is probably my most offensive joke. He goes, my friend's girlfriend just had a miscarriage in the shower. And I was like, oh my God, worst baby shower ever. Tells it to a room full of women.
People?
Silence, except for one black dude in the back who was like, oh shit. And then I turned to her like, what are you doing, you idiot? You can't. And we're dying laughing because we're like, this is so uncomfortable.
Uh-huh.
We had to finish the class. And afterwards I was like, dude, he goes, it's your joke. I was like, I don't open with it. You got to earn some of these, man. But he's the best. I mean, shit like that in the road is like, so I love that all the stories are true, you know, and they're all, they seem a little wild, but I was like, man, that's the fun of being with your buddies on the road, or maybe having a one night stand with someone and shit goes wrong, and in the moment you don't feel good about it, but then like a couple days later you're like, it's really funny, like everything that happened.
I forget her name, but she has a quote that says everything's copy. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Like, you know, it's something.
It was Carlos Mencia.
Maybe. Yeah. That's everyone's copy.
Yeah.
But also, I have no point of view. I don't know what's real, what's not with the stealing stuff. So that was just a math joke. I don't mean to, I guess, you know, I don't know. I don't know about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I know
I was just making a joke. I know we're going to dissect it.
Oh, well.
But, you know, I think, though, there's something great about that when something in your life goes wrong and you're just like, thank God we have this shit to like, you know, you could talk about it on a podcast, you could make a joke out of it, and then like those end up being sometimes the best jokes in your act.
I agree. I agree that even act or not, to be able to have the eye outside of yourself to see it from here or to see it from there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Speaking of Bryan Cranston, I met him at a Knicks game once, and it was like, he's just a fucking man. He just seems so cool. Are you a big fan of his?
I like him very much. He's an anti-dentite.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Alvin says a lot.
Yeah. I hate when the dentists just hang outside and are like, do you have teeth?
I don't get it. How was that a Jew thing?
Anti-dentite. I got carried away.
Do you remember the anti-dentite from Seinfeld?
Of course. I love this dog, dude.
I know.
I fucked up the joke. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I took a Rick.
Oh.
I took a Rick.
You know, I got to tell you something. A lot of the times it's I didn't fuck it up.
I know.
They just
they didn't get
think
you,
I
dude.
did. It's all your fault.
We should do
Come on, isn't he so loving?
I love it. We should do more acting 101. I feel like we really got each other. We were on the same level.
I'll pull up a script.
Let's do a script.
Let me go pee first.
Go
How
pee.
are you on time?
I don't know.
We're good. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
What is it?
You have to be around here at 4, so it's 3.
Oh, it's close, and he's close?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let me go pee.
I should pee after you, too.
Why don't you go first? I'll go upstairs.
Okay. This dog fucking rules.
I know, man.
Oh, hello. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Dog is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and I can't wait to watch You've Changed on Amazon Prime. So what kind of acting do you want to do?
I don't know. What should we do? We should do another scene, man. We crushed that so hard last time.
Okay. Do you want to do...
We need motivation.
You're living at home with your parents because money's tight.
Okay.
And you got to get out of your parents' house because you're embarrassed when you bring girls home.
That's good.
I am your brother.
Okay. He's living at home too now.
He has his own place.
Okay.
And you are you want to move in with me. And the reason you want to move in with me is because low on funds, but also you want to have chicks come over.
Yeah.
But you don't think the chicks come over is a good enough reason. So you have to come up with a reason why you're leaving mom and dad's house to like convince me to live with you for a little bit. And I just had a baby and a wife, and it's going to be tough to let somebody come live with me. You got to kind of convince me to live with you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You're good. All right. Should I call you my actual brother's name? Greg.
Mm-mm.
No? What's your name?
You're not Sam.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm Steve and you're Chad.
Oh, what up, Steve? Sorry I couldn't make plans to grab lunch with you soon. I just new baby and I've just been so busy and the house is fucking chaotic. But how you doing? How's
you got that dog too? You got a lot going on.
Yeah. But what's going on?
I'm struggling, man. I don't know what happened, but I think if possible, could I maybe crash with you for a little while?
Steve.
Dad raped me. Dad fucking raped me.
What?
So I can't stay with them anymore. Dad, he put a vacuum glide on my penis while I was sleeping and I came everywhere.
What are you talking about?
I can't be any clearer. Don't you know what a vacuum glide is?
That $1,000 cum machine?
Yes.
Brilliant. Love it.
That's why I can't stay with Dad. He tries to make me come. And I have to.
I'm now remembering the last time we did this. Like you went from 1 to 10 right away. And I remember I was like, well, now we have nowhere to go. Also, the way you covered your face means shame, but you came out with it so quickly.
Thank you.
Is there anything, well, it wasn't a compliment. Is there anything in real life that you're ashamed of? You don't have to tell me what it is.
Everyone has things they're ashamed of.
Anything that you would tell me?
I don't know. It wouldn't come to me that easily. I think I'd have to think about it, but yeah.
Exactly.
Damn, that was good.
Exactly.
All right, fine. Let's redo that. I can do
Same
that again.
thing. Here's the thing. But here's the thing.
I'm gonna run it back. I got this.
But I would like, if this is the case, I'd like you to treat this not as an excuse. This really happened. So now we can, for your motivation, it's not about just hooking up with other girls. It's something happened. Our father did something that's traumatizing to you, and you need to let me know. Maybe it's tough for you to let me know. Maybe you're trying to. Maybe you want to let me. I want to fuck other girls. I want to blah 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 blah. But the truth is, this is the reason.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Steve, sorry I couldn't meet up for lunch for a while. I've just been so busy with the new kid and everything. And it's really good to see you. I miss you, bud.
I miss you, man. Love to hang out more.
That's fucking her now.
I thought you were happy with her.
Hello?
I just saw Timothy Chalamet in Hoboken and he looked like Dracula.
Wow. I'm in the middle of a podcast, but could you say that again?
I said, I just saw Timothy Chalamet in the middle of Hoboken and he looked like Dracula.
I think he's doing that new Young Dracula where he just fucks a bunch of chicks.
Ew.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good movie.
Really cool old cars from like, I don't know, the 50s or 60s.
Two things I want to tell you. One, that movie, the Timothy Chalamet movie that's coming out, I'm pretty excited that
The one where he's fucking a bunch of girls?
Yeah, the log line is suck my dick and I'll suck your blood. It's going to be a banger.
Wow.
And I also babe, I'm sorry. I'm here with Steve and he wants to move out of mom and dad's house and move in with us. And
yeah, I don't mean to put you on the spot here. I just, I think it would be really good for me if I could just kind of like reset, maybe get my life together. At your place, you have that spare room with the NBA Jam arcade game.
I'm really sorry. about your situation here.
Oh, thanks.
That sucks. But we have a lot going on at our house, and I mean, Chad just got a new dog. So, Chad, can you take over? Chad, please. Can you take?
Yeah, I'll call you later.
Okay.
I'm excited to get home. What's for dinner?
Swamp soup.
Swan soup?
Swamp.
Oh, swamp soup. Oh, I'm so excited.
Sounds good. Did you make extra?
All right, man. I'll see you at home. Do we have enough lily pads, or do you need me to pick some up?
I need you to get some, like 3.
I could grab it. I'm good at grabbing that stuff.
Okay, it's okay.
Are you sure?
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, sorry, Rick. Bye.
Well, that sounded promising. You know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
She called me Rick.
That was weird. Do you think she's cheating on you? I know a Rick guy, and he's like really awkward and weird. Do you think that maybe she's
the guy
fucking
that everyone
guy?
hates when he guests on other people's podcasts?
He's the worst.
Let me reject you.
Well, I think he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, that's what people say about people who are weird. But what do you think about me crashing? It sounded like she might be into it.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you come over for dinner? We have swamp soup.
I love swamp soup.
What's your favorite part about swamp soup? Could you, for people that don't know what swamp soup is, could you explain it to them?
It's like, it's just the best. Like, picture your favorite soup, and then like take it up a level. That's
explain it to people. Like you know how like they have like ants on a log. It's not really ants. It's raisins on peanut butter, almond butter on a celery stick. That's why swamp soup. But what you know? I mean, what is swamp soup?
All right, Rick. Chad, I haven't been honest with you. I don't know what swamp soup is. I haven't had a hot meal in a long time. I'm down on my luck, man. What is swamp soup?
Swamp soup is where you just take whatever the leftovers were from the day before, and we put it in a bone broth. The proteins that we had when we had taco salad. So we just have a whole bunch of ground turkey, seasoned turkey.
That's great.
It'll be in a bone broth. And whatever it is, though, we add glass noodles and sweet potato noodles to it.
That sounds
to
really
be like
good.
the moss and the fog and stuff.
So I'll come by. Maybe we'll ask your wife about, Rick. Who is this fucking guy, right? I mean, clearly in this moment, you must feel closer to me than your wife. I'm your blood, and I've never fucked you over in any way, and you're going to pick your wife over me?
It's not about picking my wife over you. It's about having a family and a home, and you've been at mom and dad's house you were supposed to be there for a month, and it's coming up on a year.
Yeah.
And
well, the tech company it's still on the ground floor.
Why
It's
do you
going to
wanna
take
leave?
off. I need just a little more time to get back on my feet. The tech company is
But why
it's
can't you
cooking.
stay at mom and dad's?
I can't get into that. It's hard. It's like you try going back there. I'm an adult. I try to bring women home, and mom's like,
you have the guest house. They could have them come through the side.
I'd like to come through the side.
Funny stuff.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Funny stuff.
Like to come up in those.
Yeah, good.
Those multiple vaginas I bring home.
So you are able to bring girls home. So
yeah, but dad will fucking peek through the windows sometimes. It's creepy.
When I don't think I've ever talked to you about this, but I do remember when we were kids, and remember when I had Sarah Rottenberg come over?
Yeah. Those fucking cans. Those are pretty cool, man.
A lot of people say what they want about Jewish women, but usually they have
What are they
larger
saying about
breasts.
Jewish women?
Just different things. They don't like to blow guys. A lot of Jewish women don't like to blow guys, is what they say, but they have big breasts.
True, it's all true.
But I heard a creaking outside, and I looked under the thing, and I saw Dad's slippers, and I thought Dad was listening in. And I know he's not a creep or anything, but ever since I've always.
How do you know he's not a creep?
What do you mean?
I mean, how do you know he's not a creep?
I guess I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
whenever I bring up an intimate relationship with him, I just always remember that, and I'm a little creeped out by it.
Do you think he was jerking off to Sarah Rottenberg's tits? Because she was only 16.
No.
You don't think he was?
No.
You think he was just watching?
He could have just been walking by. I just have this, I probably
He's walking
was.
by. Why wasn't he wearing his slippers?
I said I could see his slippers underneath. And also, why would you need to take your slippers off to jerk off?
No, I'm just saying if he was walking, he wouldn't take his slippers off.
No, he
made himself really comfy.
I saw his slippers under the door frame, and they weren't moving by. He was there. So maybe he was, I don't know what he was doing. Listening for a second, stopping for something.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I forgot to tell you, lily pads are just basil leaves. Anyway.
I know. I was just playing along. I was trying to help. I need a home, dude. I need a place. And you've got that extra room. And you're not doing much with it.
I just don't understand. Just stay at mom and dad's.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Should I still come to dinner or
You
what?
can come over for swamp dinner. It seems like there's something you want to tell me about.
I can't. It's weird.
All right.
I really don't want to go back to mom and dad's though. You know, I don't. Why are you smiling?
I miss you.
I miss you too.
I do. I'd love for you to come over for swamp soup.
Really?
Yeah. I got excited for a second. I thought we were having swan soup.
Me too. Fucking love eating swans, dude.
Have you ever had black swan soup?
Yeah, it's just yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's primo, man.
Speaking of Jewish women and black swans, what's your take on Natalie Portman?
Beautiful woman. Well, what do you think?
Should we get her on the phone?
Do you know her?
No, do you?
No.
Fuck. Damn it. Anyway,
that would have been a hell of a flex.
You know what? I should invite mom and dad over.
No, they don't like swan soup.
No, I know, but it's swamp soup, so we're good.
Fuck, they love swamp soup. Damn it. Well, yeah, I hope he doesn't come over. I'd rather not.
He? I said mom and dad. What's up with? What do you mean? What's going on with dad?
He's coming up lately.
All right. Good.
End scene.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I really built to that.
Yeah, that was really, really good. I'm picturing us going in to sell a show to some studio
and scene.
And this is like our. You know what? We could send you a script, or we could show you.
Let's do. What's the show? What's the sitcom?
No, I'm saying,
Yeah,
and we end up doing that.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What the fuck?"
They're like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Here's $40 million.
That's an expensive pilot.
Is it?
Yeah. Most pilots, I think, are a couple mil.
What should we do? Yeah, let's pitch a show right now. What network should we pitch?
Pitch this?
No, anything.
Well, it depends on the tone of the show. Pitch me an idea, and I'll tell you the network and why.
We're two gritty cops.
FX next.
Okay, and we're talking about the job. We're in the car together. We're talking about how tough it is on our families.
Yeah.
You ready? Both. Oh, hell yeah. Being a cop, man, being undercover, it's tough.
Yeah, Bedactor, but the thing is, you're putting me in a lot of danger.
How am I putting you in danger?
We're undercover.
They don't know. Well, then why did you hand me this?
You wearing a sheriff's badge.
Fucking idiot.
I handed you that before you said you were undercover.
Yeah, well, you fucked up. You're gonna get us killed. These Albanians won't just kill us. They'll slice our fucking balls off.
Slice us and dice us.
All right, let's take it over again. We're pitching. This is FX. This is what you can expect. It's, kind of The Shield meets just two badass cops trying to find. Ever since those fucking Albanians killed my wife, I've only been thinking about one thing.
Getting revenge. Oh, swamp soup.
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
I love swamp soup. You have some swamp soup?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I eat over the sink. Fucking, I'm a single guy now that they murdered my fucking wife, and I want revenge.
The problem is, we go vigilante. Maybe we're just as bad as them.
You think we're just as bad as Albanians? What are you, a fucking idiot?
Listen, I understand the Albanians killed your family, and I think that's horrible. But to cast all what are they called?
Albanians?
Albanians is all, they're not, like...
What is it, your first fucking day on the job? You don't know their names? They kill my family. This is personal.
But it's not Albania. It's the fucking Albanian mob.
Oh, so now you're like a woke cop? You're like one of those cops who's like, it's not everybody. It's just these fucking one small sector.
Fuck all Albanians for what they did to my family. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and you have no idea where it goes from there. And it only gets better.
Yeah. We'll cut to a scene.
That was good stuff. We're selling that show.
I think I asked you this before, but do you want to be an actor?
No.
Yeah.
I want to make shows, but I want to. It's just like my like I'll act in my shit, but I don't want to. like.
You'll be like the Sam Morril show.
Yeah.
Will it be like you're married and you're Italian and like everybody loves you, and then you have twins, and then Brad Garrett could be your brother?
I like that. Just switches to Jewish. That's the show. Everybody loves Moishe.
Everyone loves Morril.
Everyone loves Morril.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Would you ever make like a family sitcom?
Yeah.
I love the scene. Remember the scene in Natural Born Killers where
Never saw it.
Oh, there's a scene where Rodney Dangerfield plays like a really villainous character who's like molested his daughter and was terrible, and they play it as a sitcom. So it's like Rodney jokes, but it's just about him being an abusive father with a laugh track. It's really dark.
Wait, what's it called?
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of that movie. It feels like that's a classic that you're supposed to see, right?
It's not a perfect movie, but it's like it's got moments.
I have 2 perfect movies in mind. Could you name any movies that you feel are perfect movies?
Perfect is tough. I mean, I love Fargo. That was on TV the other day. I love that one. Love perfect movies. I love like old timey film noirs and shit from the 50s.
You got a old timey film noir vibe.
Yeah, well, give me a perfect
OTFMP.
movie. What's a perfect movie?
Social Network.
That's a great movie.
I think it's a perfect movie. I'm not saying it's the best movie in the world. It's a great movie.
I loved it.
But like from start to finish, I want everything that's in there. I want.
And the music's great.
Fantastic.
The acting's great. The dialogue's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love. That's one of my all time favorites for sure.
Another perfect movie to me is Chef.
Never saw it.
No?
You love it?
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
It's a simple story of a man who loses his job and needs to rediscover himself and his passion, and he does it with a road trip with his son to reconnect with him, and it has such like indie movie like feel and like simplicity, but it's with Jon Favreau, John Leguizamo, Bobby Cannavale, Sofia Vergara, and it's like stars. And I don't say stars because like Bobby Cannavale is one of my favorite actors ever. Do you like him?
Yeah, he's really good.
I love him. And it's just like you have like, it's like watching pros play Little League. They're just like, it feels indie movie. And like, but it's like I don't know, it's just, and it looks so good.
I know how I feel about Sideways.
I don't remember it. It's a movie I have on my list of something I got to watch again.
It's so good.
I hear that, people love Sideways.
Another one with a great script and great acting and just like great score, man. Great music. I love shit like that. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, I should watch that again. Sideways is the wine one, right?
I loved it. Yeah, perfect is hard because there's always something that you're like, but then kind of imperfection can make something, you can make you like a movie even more. Like sometimes there's fat in movies that I wouldn't want cut out.
A perfect movie also to me is the type of movie where like I could watch it over and over and over again. Like no matter what my mood is.
Yeah, what's give me one of those?
Social Network, I'll watch whenever. Chef. You know, it's one that I wouldn't actually call a perfect movie, but it is something I've seen it over 10 times, is Warrior.
I heard it's great.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I've probably seen it 15 times.
Wow. Yeah,
I love that
great.
movie.
I gotta put that I got a fucking long list of movies.
Do you have them written down? I started writing stuff down.
Yeah, I have a, you know what? I'm gonna do it right now.
Should I add Natural Born Killers?
No, let me give you a better one. Okay, first one, you'll love this. This is a movie I rec to people because I feel like not enough people have seen it. And it's just a really good movie. It's called A Simple Plan with Bill Paxton. Have you seen that?
Nope.
Awesome movie. I really like a snowy noir. Let me see. I'm adding it right now.
I'd like to give a shout out while we're talking about Bobby Cannavale. He has a new movie out with De Niro and Rainn Wilson called Ezra.
Is it good?
Yeah, and it's also Rose Byrne. It's they're divorced, but they share custody of an autistic son. And it's like, I like seeing neurodiversity represented in a way where it's not like completely nonverbal or like savant. Like it's just a kid that you maybe wouldn't know he was autistic. He's just got his obstacles, and he's so charming, this kid and the actor. And this is a great movie. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. I'm trying to think of I'll give you a movie rec. I love, there's so many I love. I mean, the 90s is just, 90s and the 70s for some reason, just like there are decades of just, a movie I think everyone should watch. I'm going to hit you with some that maybe I feel like not enough people have seen. The original Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with Walter Matthau.
I just watched the remake recently for the first time.
The original's so good.
I've heard that.
That's awesome. I love so many fucking movies. I mean, I love those. Like, okay, here's another great one. If you can handle like a 40s 50s noir, like two of my all-time favorites, Double Indemnity, which is like the prototype classic noir, and Out of the Past with Robert Mitchum is fucking incredible.
Double
Indemnity.
Maybe
the best script ever written for a movie.
More than Chinatown?
Yeah, I think so.
I just remember reading books when I first got here about how to write scripts, and everyone was like all about Chinatown.
Speaking of Chinatown, I got a great book for you. It's called The Big Goodbye. It's about the making of Chinatown.
I've heard about it.
One of the best books on any film period ever. It's incredible. It's by Sam Wasson. It's so well written. I loved it. I sent it to a friend of mine. He also loved it.
I have another movie rec for you that's going to combine You're Sideways with Paul Giamatti.
I love that one.
And
I can rewatch that a million times.
My Chef with Bobby Cannavale put them together. Win-win. Put them together. It is a win-win. Do you know Win-Win?
I saw that one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, that filmmaker made another movie I really like called The Visitor with Richard Jenkins, where it's like probably the best post 9/11 movie. Like that and 25th Hour were like the only movies I thought like nailed the post 9/11 tension. But yeah, he's a really good filmmaker, that guy. I thought Win-Win was solid. The Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie, the post 9/11 movie that I really liked. I'm looking up, I forget about it. Rain Over Me.
I got to see that because,
I would watch that again.
I got to watch that. I can't believe
with Adam Sandler.
And Don Cheadle, right? Yeah, I got to see that.
Should we put it on? Just 2 hours later,
the end is just. I heard it's brutal. Yeah, Adam's so good at dramatic roles too. I mean, it's crazy.
I like podcasting with you, dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
me too. Yeah, you're easy. I feel like we have different modes we hit. I feel like we can get silly, we can get just chill.
Yeah, but there's some people I feel like Hampton is like kicking it with, and since like to feel that way with you, where we've kicked it less than 8 times. There's just something about it. I just feel like going to get a meal with you wouldn't feel like a chore.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? You want to go get some swamp soup?
I want some swamp soup.
When do you head back to the East Coast?
I'm red eye tonight.
Oh yeah?
Not looking forward to it.
Why are you doing a red eye?
I have to get back for something tomorrow.
You don't want to say what?
I'm doing a meet and greet thing for our whiskey Bodega Cat with Mark Norman, and we're doing it just got legal in New York. It's a huge pain in the ass to get distribution in New York and get it to get it to bars. So you could order it online before this to New York, but you couldn't serve it in bars.
Why? People serve stuff in bars. Oh, you needed a certain license to be served in bars. And you just got it, or the law just changed?
No, we just got it. So
congrats.
Thanks. And Mark and I are doing a kind of like a booth at a convention type thing. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it.
Are you going to ever tour with Mark? Don't you think that would be a good idea?
I think we've talked about it. I think we both would do it, but it's weird. I'm doing some tour dates with Chris DiStefano and Nimesh Patel later in the year. They're just like one-offs at casinos, and they're easy gigs. But yeah, like Stavros is a really close friend of mine too. So is Normand, and we talked about doing it together. But I think once you have different agencies, they get weirder about doing it, and we want to do it. We're going to do it.
Their agency has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
I know, but the agent put together this tour.
You just tell them what you want.
Yeah, no, I will. Mark and I talked about it. I think ultimately we kind of like doing our own thing. I'm only doing this right now because I've just burnt the special. I'm trying to build back up. So like doing 30 minutes on this show, 40 minutes, whatever we end up doing, I don't feel as weird linking up with someone else. But when I'm in like I want to get this shit tight mode, I want to do an hour 10, hour 20. So it's tough.
Gotcha.
And I'm doing that on my solo shows. I go long because I want to make sure they get a really good show, but I have to get the new shit out there. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So
it's gonna be cool, especially because you guys have a podcast together and now a brand together.
And we wrote a movie together, so I hope we sell it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the cop one.
The Albanians.
3 years comes out, you have your movie, and you invite me to the premiere. I didn't even know anything about it, and it's just called Swamp Soup. And I fucking, it's this shit that we did here, and I'm like, but people are eating it up.
Chad, you gotta let me come home. The audience applauds.
Yeah, just as like like people are crying because there's a scene where your dad used a machine to make you come, and it's like drama, dude.
You're like, dude, why did you make the main character mentally challenged? I'm like, Oscar. That's why.
Yeah,
I had to be, and a Holocaust survivor.
Oh, the character, not the actor.
The character.
You'd be so old.
I'm old, dude. I play an old man in the movie now. He's an old man who's mentally challenged who survived Hitler's regime.
Yeah, a lot of things Hitler wouldn't have liked.
Yeah.
He also didn't like the mentally disabled.
He didn't like anybody, really.
He liked, there's some people he liked.
He liked Aryan.
Yeah.
He liked everything he and his immediate circle weren't. They were all like out of shape, brown-haired guys, and he just liked like ripped blondes.
Sure. I mean, he had a type.
Yeah.
That's something that no one talks about. Maybe he was just gay and he was so homophobic about it.
Probably.
But the way I always remember, because there's so many, he didn't just hate Jews. He hated, he was fascinated, or at least his doctor was. I remember there's something with twins that he would like torture them and like do studies on them, and people in.
Yeah, they were into eugenics and stuff like that. But they were into that in America too for a period.
I just remember Hitler doesn't like people that get stomach aches. That's how I thought of it. If you got a stomach ache, he's going to not want you around.
Yeah. He didn't want to hear whining.
No.
Yeah, maybe there's like an undercover Jew and he's like, "This fucking traffic." And he was like, "What was that?"
An undercover union?
No, like an undercover Jew in the Nazis. You couldn't.
Oh, and he complained about the like whoever was driving the cars?
Yeah, the joke's not funny anymore.
No. I just didn't understand.
I know.
I didn't understand.
Blew it.
That's the second time you did that. You messed up a joke, or as you called it, you ricked it or whatever.
Yeah.
When that happens on stage, I don't see you submitting the way you just did here.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make it fun,
Right.
No, yeah, we all mess up on stage. You gotta roll with it. Never?
No. It would be fun just to have like, if I had a budget and everything was filmed, a montage of just like
cut to you shitting your pants on stage and crying. Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of all right, dude. Well, we got to wrap it up soon because you got another podcast to get to.
Yeah. Well, this is fun though.
Well, let me know what you're up to after. I mean, it's if you want to get something to eat, or either way, I'm going to go to the East Coast this summer.
Oh, let's kick it, man.
Yeah,
maybe we'll play like low impact ball. Let's do that. Can you do that? Can you?
People keep calling me a libtard, but the real reason is because it's actually low impact ball. Did I rick it?
You ricked it.
Low impact ball, LIB, dude. Yeah, I want to start playing more, like just holding a basketball is fun. So I want to go like shoot around, play some light stuff, some 21 or something.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, it'd be fun to go out to New York. I'll get some outdoor shoes specifically for that.
Basketball shoes?
I don't use I don't play outdoors anymore.
Oh,
because I haven't for even when I was playing all the time.
Why?
They ruin your shoes. It's bad for your body.
I like it outdoors.
I stopped a while ago. At least I wouldn't be playing basketball like hard and carrying, and I would be on the floor all the time. But like, so I have my indoor basketball shoes. So I don't have basketball shoes that are outdoor shoes. But I'll just pick up some shoes, and maybe we could film some stuff.
Let's do it. You and me 2-on-2, cooking dudes.
You know what would be fun? Would be really fun is if you and I go in with the attitude, both for our characters, but also for the new people that we're meeting, as like we're ballers. You know what I mean? And we're hustlers. And we go and for the gram, we challenge people.
We're really good.
Yeah.
I'm down.
But like we just talk so much shit and just get really into it, and we edit it so we only show the good stuff.
But at the end, it's just a score. We lose 11-2. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
just show us.
Yeah, we still can't lie, but we let people in on it, or it's just it's a 5-minute episode, and it shows us demolishing, and then as a tag, it's just the 20 minutes of them what really happened.
Funny.
Yeah, it would be fun to go out there with a comedian friend to play basketball, but our real mission is just to like talk shit with guys.
I'm in.
Yeah, we can call it talking shit.
Or we could get like a ringer, like our third. We get like a third and 3-on-3.
I'm there. Hey, Sam.
I'm thinking like an NBA guy. It'd be fun.
Yeah, we have Blake Griffin dress up as like one of those old guys.
Yeah.
But like he's just wearing a shirt that says, "I'm really an old guy."
Yeah.
And just a bullshit wig.
We get someone who we could throw alley oops too.
Give me a month to train. And then I could ask Blake.
All right, good.
All right, dude. Well, you're special. You have a whiskey.
Amazon Prime. Yeah, I'm on the road like crazy. I'm in Miami Improv, fucking Magoobies in Timonium, Maryland, which is right outside Baltimore. I'm at a ton of casinos online. It's all sammorril.com/shows. But yeah, I got I got Europe coming up. I'm doing like everywhere in London, Paris, Amsterdam.
I love performing in London so much.
It's awesome. All over Oslo, Copenhagen.
Good for you, man.
Over.
That's so
Should
cool.
be fun. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Your 2020 special paid off.
It paid off.
Yeah. Good job, dude.
And we became friends out of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, bud.
Love you,
I'm
man.
going to get a Polaroid of you and
Let's
then
do it.
theme music.
That was fun, dude.
Blabbity blue.